He wrote a note too that said donation to Random Acts, and then had the transportation department dump all of those coins in my car on the seats, and I could never get all of the coins out. So every time I would apply the brakes in that car, I would hear shh. Somewhere down in the floorboards in a place I couldn't reach were some pennies and nickels that were still sliding around. It was like this constant reminder as I commuted to work every day that I can maybe win the battle, but I'm going to lose the war. But yes, thanks for asking. That's a very traumatic topic. Hello.
Hi, I'm Amy.
Hi.
I was wondering if you were aware of the Destiel news meme and if you've ever found any world news from it.
I'm not aware, and I would love to be educated.
Okay, so Castiel says I love you, Dean says nothing. And it's become this meme where people replace Dean's dialogue with world news, like the Pope died, or Queen Elizabeth died, or Trump won the election. And it's now the point where people are like, I found out the Pope died from a Destiel meme. It's like broken containment, and it trends on Twitter. And I was just wondering if anybody ever sent you one, because...
So I now know what you're referencing. I have seen it, but I didn't know that it was a news meme. I've seen it, I saw it before it was out, where it was just the idea was like, Dean replies, whatever, they're the same. Dean replies with something just mundane that is like clearly ignoring Castiel's like, I love you. By the way, that's how I feel with my son. I'm still doing it. I'm still saying I love you. But I always get like, can I have more screen time? I love you. Can I have more screen time? He won't say it back. Do you have any tips for me? How do I get him to...
I would say you have more screen time, I love you, and then see what he says.
It's not gonna work. I just know it's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work. He's not gonna think.
How do I make him love me? Is the real question.
Cash.
Cash. Huh. It sounds like you have a great relationship with your parents.
Oh, no, yeah. There's a reason why I'm a Supernatural fan, and it's not.
Are we all just people with broken families? Is that what it is? Well, yes, this is the Supernatural support group. It's not really a fan. It's not really a fandom. All right. Well, let me know if you do and figure out how I can get my son to love me. And thanks for bringing up that topic. Hi.
Hiya. So it's actually pretty similar to another question that you answered, but it's a little different.
Okay. I like nuance. That's good. What's going on with your hat?
Oh, it's my birthday.
Oh, you look like, in my mind, you look like Leviathan cast Statue of Liberty.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, yeah.
That's nice.
Thank you. So my question is, if you had to create your own version of Castiel, what would it be?
I think that Castiel, I wish that Castiel could have kept all of his powers. Like he got stripped of his powers gradually as the show wore on. It was like, oh, that's too powerful, too powerful. You can't teleport, you can't time travel. You can't even do that thing where things blow up when it goes like that anymore. So I would give him all of those qualities, and I would give him like a very athletic physique, and I would make him have not such a deep, gravelly voice, you know, just like a normal voice, and I would also give him X-ray vision, so that he could see through clothing. And I would make Castiel incredibly well endowed. That would be his main thing. Like his main thing would be like everybody would be like, watch out. Thank you for that question, and I enjoyed it. Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
My question is, what was your favorite accent to do on the show?
Wait, well, what do you mean, what show?
On Supernatural.
My favorite accent? How many accents did I do?
Well, there was like, there was the one in Apocalypse World.
There was like hippie Cass?
Yeah, and there was Hippie Cass.
There was hippie Cass and there was Nazi Cass.
Yes.
I feel like Cass didn't have enough accents though. It would have been nice if Castiel would have been like more of a world traveler, you know? Castiel could have like had an Indian accent. Or, hello Dean. Very good to see you, Dean. But would it be very interesting for us to go to Impala, Samuel? Why did you ask this question?
Because this was like really last minute and I didn't know who to ask.
Well, I love that that's what you came up with. You know what was sort of an accent, the empty Cass. I kind of had fun with that one, yeah. It was like really kind of creepy. That was a fun role to play. They had this like strange, they had this idea like, oh, I think the easiest way to do this is gonna be to get this like super weird camera that locks off and it's on this like robotic arm. And they got this camera that's like almost as big as half of the stage. No joke. Like it looked like a bus with this like robot arm, and it was programmable, and it could move in exactly the same way repetitively. And somehow this made it easier to like switch characters in that black space we were in, and have it all like edit together properly. And that was just like a black velvet kind of floor and curtains, you know, just like super high ceilings and curtains, and this robotic machine. And they brought it to set. They were like, this is gonna be the way to do it. But they didn't bring anybody who knew how to operate the camera. And so the whole day we were all just trying to figure out, it's like, maybe, I don't know, what does this button do? What does that button do? We had no idea. And so shooting that scene, I was like, I would go into like, Castiel, like that weird, whatever the fuck I was doing. And then we'd get like halfway through the scene and they'd be like, oh, fuck. Hey, Misha, you're supposed to be Castiel right now. And there was another actor who was my double, who they would be like seeing the back of the head of that character. And so me and that character would just switch spots in the scene, and then I'd start talking as the other character. And my God, my brain was short-circuited. And also, I wasn't allowed to leave the black velvet carpet because they didn't want footprints, like any little bit of dust on it would screw up the shot. So I just had to stay like, it was almost like a jail cell where I was slowly going insane. That's what it felt like when we were filming that. Not that you asked about it, but I told you anyway. Hi.
Hi, my name is Piper. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So my question was, what's your favorite horror movie, and how do you think Cass would react being in that horror movie?
I hate horror movies. I find them terrifying. My children are watching horror movies now, and I can't believe it. And then they have nightmares, and they're like, I had a nightmare. It was really like the horror movie I saw, and I was like, that's why I told you not to watch the horror movie. I started having nightmares when I got on Supernatural. I thought, oh God, now I'm gonna have to watch a couple of episodes of this stupid show. And so I watched some Supernatural just to like prepare myself, and I would watch like 2 episodes at once in one sitting, and then I would have nightmares because it was too scary for me. All of that said, I have seen a few horror movies. I thought Texas Chainsaw Massacre was really sweet. And I think Castiel would do very well in that kind of environment. He doesn't seem to startle. very much. Do you notice that? Like, the whole jump scare thing, I don't think Castiel was ever like, oh my God, Jesus Christ, you scared the shit out of me. Castiel was always like, hello, Dave. So I think that he would show up well in that kind of environment. Where would you put him?
Well, I really like Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I actually have a 5-foot-tall clown in my room from that movie. So
Is that a movie, Killer Clowns from Outer Space? Was that an Oscar-winning movie? Killer Clowns from Outer Space. That sounds almost as good as Stonehenge Apocalypse. I'll check that out. All right, thanks for the tip. Hi.
Hi, Misha.
How are you?
I'm great, thank you. And you?
I'm okay. I've got a little bit of a cold. But other than that, I'm pretty good.
I've been sick 5 times this year, so I get you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 5 times. I babysit kids, so they get me sick every day.
Did you get me sick?
I hope not. I met you today for the first time, so...
Yeah, that probably doesn't happen.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Alright, I wanted to ask, in the supernatural sense, like a road full of your best memories, what do you think your heaven would be?
Oh, I don't know. I hate to be pat with my answer, but probably something with my kids. I got divorced in the last few years, and I've had a lot of time where it's just me and my 2 kids, and it's been so great. I'm kind of cherishing every moment that we 3 have together, and I want to slow down time because my son's starting high school, and he's probably going to try to have friends that he spends time with. That's really going to bum me out. I'm going to try to prevent that from happening, but yeah. So that's something that I would love to have more of, and so maybe I'll arrange for an accident and we can all just wind up in heaven together. How's that for dark? It's a horrible thing to say. Thank you for allowing me to present myself as a dark psycho. Hi.
Hi, my name is Jennifer. My daughter and I are here for the 3rd time, and we saw your show on Thursday for the 2nd time.
Oh my goodness.
And my question is, you've led such an interesting life. Have you ever considered writing an autobiography?
I don't think I'm experienced or old enough to write an autobiography. I'm not sure what the message would be in my autobiography. But I have thought about writing like instructional manuals, so that could be fun. My show is a little bit autobiographical. It's sort of like a memoir, like a concise. It's cliff notes of a memoir kind of thing, and that has been actually a fun process. It's been like a chance to really reflect on like, all right, if I was going to tell about my life and my childhood, what would I include in that story and why? And it actually, as I said in my show last night, like doing that, the act of doing that has actually changed my relationship with my mother a little bit, and changed the way I think about my upbringing and my childhood. And I guess there's the interesting thing about it for me is like the process of writing a memoir or writing an autobiography is inherently reflective and actually helps you potentially learn about yourself. So it might be a sort of version of auto therapy that I can engage in just for myself and not expose others to. That's a possibility. Thank you, friends.